Mm. Uh, something fantastic. I'm very happy about it. It goes to show that some of the videos have not been a waste of time. Expressing my thoughts had played a good role, for myself. Because some of the thoughts which I had expressed more than a couple of years ago have now come through. For example, if somebody recalls, if they remember my talks on tourism, I had a lot of criticism on that matter. I had more than half a dozen opinions on that, personal, and also people had written to me, a couple of them written to me saying, "Oh, wearing uniforms. So where are we heading to? Are you smoking something?" The reason being that we are not aware of much of our potential, which I spoke to you last time, a couple of videos ago. Now, we are not aware of our potential. We limit our potential because we have been uh, taught to limit ourselves. We are not taught to think differently because if we think differently, we are out of line, and we are out of line, we are cancelled. When we go to a group family wedding or a group meeting or a dinner or lunch, when we are out of place, when we talk differently, we are able to see there is a chillness in the atmosphere which starts arising. And you will be able to see that the chillness spreads. And after some time, you are left alone, you're isolated, you are treated as, hey, this guy is something, he's kinky, he's kooky. That's what people start talking about you. They laugh at you behind, and after some time, they laugh at you in the front. But if you continue with what your thought process is, with your potential, you will be able to make it, you will be able to make a difference for yourself and for a few people who would be interested in your thought process. People laughed. I'm sure people would have laughed at Zoho Vembu when he started his venture. Because in India, entrepreneurship is looked down upon. Because if you're an entrepreneur, your thought process is so different from the run of the mill thought process. People will look at you and say, hey, this guy is something wrong with him, but we'll put up with him. Even the family members will isolate him because he does not fall in line with their thinking. Let me digress a little bit here, a small point which I write. Recently, there was a reel which I saw. It was a fantastic reel. I don't know who thought about it. A father gets a call from the daughter saying that she's been abused again. The father says, okay, continue, Baba, it'll end, they'll be better, you take some time, you can adjust, etc. But the calls come continuously, and within a short period of time, the father is able to see that his daughter is distressed and she is looking haggard and she doesn't look, she's totally unhappy. So, what he does is, he does not know what to do because society immediately will look down upon him. He has not brought up his daughter well. His daughter is an arrogant girl. She's educated, and therefore she's talking back to her husband. I know her husband, and they are very nice people because we know how many nice people exist in this world. Let's forget about that. That's a different topic which you have to come to. Then what happened? This father felt this is enough. I don't care. I know. I don't know. I do not worry about what the society thinks, what my other people think in my family, but my daughter is important to me. So what does he do? He arranges a band, Baja Barat. He brings in lighting, he brings in music, and a big band comes around from the streets and enters the lane where the house of the in-laws are, as you call the sambandhis are, and they come in front, and he calls his daughter. His daughter comes running out, and they hug each other. And he says, don't worry, Baba, now you're safe in your father's arms. It is a wonderful picturization. You know, You send your daughter to a different place for happiness with Bharat. But now things have changed. People have wonderfully understood how a father feels about a daughter if she's unhappy and if she's distressed, if she's not being treated with the respect which she demands as a daughter-in-law. Because you must understand, a individual grows up in a family, grows up sheltered, cloistered, and treated so nicely, and then she takes all the responsibility, leaves that house, and goes to a different family to be a part of that family. And if that family treats her, ill treats her, what happens? What is the feeling of the family members of this house? So it was a wonderful picture, and that is a different thinking, and the person who visualized it is a brilliant thinker. I'm sure when he put up his idea to his people, they would have said, "Hey, come on, yeah, what is this? How are you going to put up with this? This is not going to happen. People will laugh at you. People laugh at and never come back to our for any advertisements." But it took the market by storm. It's doing very well, and it has been repeatedly coming through the reels. And I'm sure someday, if you are able to see it, please go through it and understand the speciality of it. That is what I'm trying to say. We have to be different. We have to think differently. If we have to succeed, we need to think differently. If we do not think differently and we do not think, if you keep on going around the track which has been there existing for many, many years, we wouldn't have achieved so many things. The world would have achieved so many things in their lifetime. Many people would not have achieved so many things in their lifetime if they had stuck to the rutted road. The rutted road, what happens? It goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And one day during a rainy season, you're stuck there. You can't go back, you can't go in the front, and you're stuck. And unless somebody comes to assist you, you might even die there. If it's a cold winter, you freeze to death. So, in the same manner, what we have to think about is think differently. What did I think differently? I had been traveling, and I started traveling all over India, all over the world, just to see how the world looks like. Is it what the advertisement says so? So we had been traveling a few places, including India. And we found that the tourism development, the impact of tourism in India has not been felt so much when we compare it to the outside world. India has so many things to share. People do not have, the understanding of what is available in India. We have ignored it totally, and we get carried away advertisements which come all over the TV, and we think that, oh no, no, that is a place to visit. We must go here, we must go there, we must see this park, we must see that one. India has got sufficient places to visit. The point which I was coming to was tourism. I said that our guides are very poorly trained. Their thinking is so rutted. They have never been taught. Somebody told them something, somebody continues with that something, and then somebody continues with that other thing. What is the true history behind it? Nobody knows. We are not, whereas if you go, say, suppose we go to Rome, you read about the Colosseum. People have a history of the Colosseum. People have sat there, analyzed, historians have stood there, studied the project. There have been scientists who have investigated it, scientists who have put, X-rays, A, B, C kind of techniques to understand what is behind, what is inside, how it was constructed, what was the opposite. They went through the books, they went to the history of the originals, and then they have reconstructed the whole story. And when a tourist goes there, they have the complete 100% distilled, I would say, distilled proof, 100 per, what do you call it, proof, if you call for a whiskey, you call it 45%, but here I would say it is 90% proof. And it's so wonderful to listen to them because the history is true. The same manner, our guides do not know anything about any building, any historical place, anything at all. We should start learning about it. When we go to the big temple in Tanjavur, they talk stories. That is not the truth. The truth is something different. I think we should start applying our mind on what is the truth, what is the story behind it, the true story behind it, and reconstruct it for tourists who come to India. And we should create a guide system which will provide an insight into what India can deliver. Thank you.